What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony2times, and we back with another video. And look who we caught up with, man.
What's up, guys?
Got my beautiful wife, Jaleesa Latefah here.
Hey, thank you, baby.
And we're going to do the Surviving Baltimore part 2.
Oh, yes.
And I had to bring her here for this one. Because you want to tell them where you're originally from and stuff like that?
Well, for some of your older subscribers that have seen me before, y'all kind of know my story already. But this is for all of you new subscribers that recently joined. And personally, from Tony2times wife, I want to say thank you so much for giving this platform, my hubby's platform, a chance and an opportunity to be able to share with you how he sees the world. And I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all so much for subscribing and giving us that opportunity. But I am from the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm from St. Croix. I was born and raised there up until I was 12 years old, and then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Well, Smyrna, Georgia, really. Grew up there up until high school. Spent some time in Virginia with my child's father. That didn't work out. Moved to Maryland. Met this amazing man right here. And the rest is history. So, me moving to Baltimore was definitely a learning experience. I mean, I moved to Virginia. I had to learn things there. I lived in Georgia, but I can't say, I grew up like in Georgia in Cobb County, so I can't say like I had to encounter anything crazy like that, But when I moved to Baltimore, I definitely had to let my naive...
She was being green.
You didn't have to say it like that.
Look,
There's another word you could have used for that.
All right, let's break it down. Anybody from Baltimore, anybody really from a major city, Chicago, Ohio, people, even in Atlanta, people finesse, people scam, people be on different type times, and her comfortability level and her trust for people was just a little higher. I ain't gonna say she was green. Just a little higher.
I gave people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, just a little higher.
I didn't go out here in the world thinking everybody was like on some scamming stuff until I moved to Baltimore. Not saying that people in Baltimore are scam. That is furthest from the truth. Do not believe that. But they are some people that would get over on you if you allow them to. So it's really your own fault if you're not smart enough to peep game.
Let's tell them about the time, when you first moved to the city, and we was working with one car, and you had to like catch sedans and like hacks to work. Okay.
So before we talk about that one though, we gotta back up. Let's go back to the very first incident that happened, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all about that one. That one was crazy. But let me lead off with this. And I'm leading off with this because you would have thought I would have learned, right? Okay, so like I said, I'm not thinking anything of it. My husband showed me the city. It was beautiful. I loved everything about the city. I did. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was filled with so much culture and charm City. And I loved everything about the city of Baltimore. I even fell in love with the realness of the people and all that stuff like that. But at the particular time I'm talking about, I wanted to do something really romantic, right? And I'm like, it was this really nice lake that he would take me to all the time during the day. And it was beautiful during the day. People out there holding hands, walking with their kids playing right next to the playground. I just thought like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I bet it's even more romantic around nighttime,
It's in Northeast Baltimore, y'all. Okay,
right? But I didn't know. And, right, he tried to tell me. But because he wanted to make me happy, he's like, okay, after he said no like 6 times, I didn't stop. So I was like, come on. I just want to go see the lake at night. It's pretty. And he's like, no, it's not safe. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? It's like a playground right there. It gotta be safe. He's like, all right. He gave in. So we get to the lake, right, hubby? We pull up, we park.
We get out.
We get out.
We all on our romantic tip.
Like literally, it wasn't even that long. It was like literally we got to walk.
We tried to hold hands and
We
walk.
walked to the water's edge, got like about that far, and next thing you know, he's like, "Come on, just follow me." And I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Don't look back." I'm like, "Don't look back." Hold up now. Wait a minute. I'm like, okay, so my dumb ass, and I can't believe I look back. I look back, and there is a person
Hoodie on.
with a hoodie on,
Walking fast as hell, hand in his pocket.
You
know what time it is.
coming straight in our direction. And he was moving extremely slow when we noticed him at first. When we started moving fast, oh, he was coming for us.
Yeah.
We took off. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was freaking out. He was pissed off at me, okay? He's laughing about it now, okay? But he was so...
Because I know that city.
He was so mad at me.
I know the city.
I know all y'all. Like, why you listen to your man, girl? Well, I know. I'm sorry. To this day.
Basically, that's rule number one. Rule number one is... there ain't nobody, excuse me, y'all. But rule number one is to never, ever try to, how can I put this? It's certain places in Baltimore you can boo love at and go hang out at.
And that's what he said, and I
But
never
certain
heard
places
that.
you can't.
I never heard that
Yeah.
saying before. And like when he told all of his friends and stuff like that, you know, the story, they was all she was trying to boo love. I just wanted to be romantic.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. So we pretty much...
And always be on point. Always watch your surroundings.
Yes, that taught me that too,
Yeah.
because I wasn't paying attention.
If we wouldn't have been on point, we would have got robbed.
If I was out there by myself,
Yeah.
Lord, good God, thank you. Thank you, baby.
Alright.
But anyway, so yeah, that was my first surviving Baltimore. I survived that thanks to my husband. We got out of there in time before we got, you know. So anyway, never knew how that could have went, but thank you, Lord. So on to this. So surviving Baltimore, tip from that. Always be aware of your surroundings. Don't go to anything in the city late at night if you're not familiar with it.
Right.
Listen to somebody that is familiar with the area and don't go if they tell you not to go. Okay? So that is what you need to know about surviving Baltimore City. Just be careful.
Be more careful.
Be more careful.
Be more careful.
All right. So let's move on to the more savvy kind of scams. So, as my husband said, we were working with one car at the time, and I had to get to work. At this time, we were trying to build. We've been building. Okay, this foundation is built. Just
9 years.
So we were building, hustling, trying to work. You know, get things together, get our first apartment together, and everything like that. And like you said, we were only down to one car in Baltimore. Y'all know it as Lyft and Uber now. But there was this thing called hacking where you could catch a hack out there, literally just flag somebody down, like a taxi in New York. And it'll be a regular person, by the way. This is what's so significant. Like how you drive Lyft with your regular car. This wasn't a taxi service. These were regular people contracted by this company or just doing it for themselves.
Right.
So I wasn't comfortable with going down the street waving my hand at nobody. So I took the professional hacks, which is called sedans. Yeah. So I called this one older man, always used to pick me up because he was always in the area. Nice older guy, had a wife. He made me feel comfortable because I was able to, you know, relax. I didn't feel like he was going to kidnap me or anything like that. But then one day this younger gentleman picked me up, okay? So immediately I got on the phone with my husband. Like when I first started riding with the old man, it was the same thing until, you know, I got pretty comfortable and he did too. But he stopped doing it because I think he went to start his own business. Something like that happened. But he stopped doing it. And so I got this younger individual. So as soon as I got in the car, literally, my husband had to hang up because he was at work. And, you know, the boss was coming on the floor. He was on the phone. He wasn't supposed to be on the phone. I remember this. And so he like, "Babe, let me call you right back. I'm about to go in the bathroom and call you." Oops. But that's what he did, right? So I said, okay, hurry up, you know, because this ain't the same person. He said, okay. So I got in the car. He said, just be careful. I said, okay. So he's like, before we pull off, you're going to have to pay me $25. And I was like,
She was going. We was living on the Alameda. You feel me? She was going like right there.
Literally, like I was going
like,
to Towson. If
yeah.
you're familiar with
we
Baltimore,
was up on the Alameda.
Yeah,
though.
we were. You know,
Northern Parkway.
Northern Parkway. So I was not far from Towson at all. Like literally around the corner, and that's where I worked. I worked out in Towson, and so I was like $25 for what? And he's like, you owe from your last sedan ride. And what's so crazy is that I don't think I had rode sedan in a minute. I think he had took some time off. It was a minute since I had gotten to a sedan, like maybe about a week or so. And so I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't even, and why would you come and pick me up if I have a balance?
Exactly.
Like,
that ain't how sedans work.
So I'm asking these questions, and he's like adamant, telling me that he's not going to pull off. So that's when I called him back. I didn't wait for him to call me. And I was like telling him, I'm like, he's saying that I have to
pay $25.
Pay $25 for him to move. I'm not about to go to work today because I'm not about to pay this man no $25. And he's just trying to make it seem as legit as possible. Well, the company said you got to. And I'm like, he got to be out of his mind. So that's when I told him, well, I don't know how I'm going to get to work. I'm getting out of the car or whatever. So he's like, you know, all right, well, do what you got to do. You can wait right there. And I was like, I told him, I was like, well, my fiance said that you can wait right here. He'll come give you the $25. His whole speech changed. Oh, no, don't worry about it. I'll take you this one time. Blah, blah, blah. But I'm just letting you know the next driver that come may not take you nowhere.
He heard her accent. You know, in Baltimore, you hear how I talk. You hear how she talk.
He tried to get over on me for $25.
He tried to get her. You know, it's small, but in a city where it's a lot of people without and going without, that might have been his job to me.
And that's what I told him. I was like, look, I might be like not aware of where I am as far as surroundings, but you can't like bamboozle me when it comes to like simple logic and common sense.
Right.
I'm grateful I do have that because I'm like, dude, ain't no way. I would have just not went to work instead of giving him $25.
Right. She was very logical. She just, like she said, she ain't know her surroundings.
I had to become familiar.
So, you know, like when we first like met when she came up and we was like hanging out and we was going over west and we going to Poplar Grove and me and my homeboy.
Yeah, one time I wanted to stay in the car. I'm telling y'all, I survived Baltimore. One time because of him. If it wasn't because of him, I wouldn't think I would survive. I'm telling you, like, I was so blown because I'm used to growing up in safe parts of town. I'm not being funny. I never felt like a threat of being somewhere unsafe. So I didn't know what that felt like. And then I was on Poplar Grove.
We was on Poplar Grove.
And I'm like, oh, you going in the store? Why are you out the car? I don't need to go to the store, you know, get out the car.
We was going to a liquor store on the corner. Y'all know what them corners do in Baltimore. Y'all know what's up with the corners. It's like, what, 8 o'clock at night?
No, it wasn't. That's the crazy thought. The crazy thing about it was...
It was daytime.
It was daytime. High day. It was not even late afternoon. We was just getting the day started. We was about to stop to the store. It was just turned around 12 or so. We was about to get some drink and, you know, enjoy our day, ride out, go see the city. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay in the car when he go inside the liquor store.
Me and my homeboy both stopped and looked back.
Because they like waiting for me. And I'm like, you got to get out the car. I was like, what? Why? He was like, man.
You can't just sit in no parked cars all around. You can't do that. Stray bullets, anything can happen, you know. And it's not that the city is always turned and stuff always happening. It's just the way I grew up and safety precautions so you can survive Baltimore.
Yeah.
You know, let me break that down. You know, it's a very beautiful city. Let me get that out the way.
Right.
But it can get gritty.
It can. And so that was another thing that I blindly didn't realize that I was doing. Also, I did got this time because this woman tugged on my heartstrings and he wasn't there. So I got. I was at a gas station, Royal Farms. I miss Royal Farms chicken so bad.
They don't got no Royal Farms in Atlanta.
Man, Royal Farms was, I could not believe I love that gas station chicken so much. It just blew my mind.
All
they sandwiches,
food.
they wedges, just, somebody send me something. Just freeze it and mail it to me. Anyway, so I was at Laurel Farms out there where we were staying in Essex, and this young lady approached me saying that she didn't have any money to get on a bus to go back to the city with her kids, and they were stuck out there. And I was like, okay, I'm thinking the bus, it shouldn't be that much money, right? So she was like, yeah, I need $10 because I think she said she had like 6 kids. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, $10 still seemed like a lot for 6 kids. But I was like, okay, maybe, she might get them something. I think like that. So I go home and tell him, look, baby, I did something really nice for this person who didn't have bus fare to get her 6 kids on the bus. And he said, you did what? He said, did you see her kids?
The kids wasn't even with her, y'all. I ain't against giving at all, you feel me? I'm a very...
Oh my God.
You can ask her, I'm a very charitable person.
I didn't even think about like looking out for the kids.
Y'all know what she did with that money, man. Come on, man.
He ended the conversation right there. He didn't even say anything else. He was like, did you see the kids? I was like, no. I was like, did it happen again? He was like, yes, he was like, I understand being a good person and wanting to help people out, but you definitely gotta be on point, and that, you will become a target. They will know that they can go to this person, send other people, so it was definitely a learning experience.
We got one more situation.
I missed them.
We was on Emerson and Bryce when you and Janae came up there. We was parked in the car.
Oh, me and my god sister, yeah.
Her and her god sister, we went to holler at somebody about something, me and my homeboy. They was with us. And Emerson and Bryce is a small block, but it's packed. And it was like, about 100 people outside that night?
Yeah, it was, I'm not going to say it was scary. It was live.
And it was my fault.
It felt as if though anything could pop off at any moment. It really did. And then people walking by the window looking all in the car. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to... Who is this guy, right? I was so mad. I'm like, you had me oh my God. He was like, don't ever worry, I'm not going to take you anywhere where I feel like it's not safe. And if it ever comes to that, of course, I would remove you from that situation.
It was my people's, but I ain't give them the disclaimer. And we left them in the car. And you could see how 2 females would be like, who is all these dudes being thirsty and walking up to the car and a lot of action going on.
My husband definitely had to learn how to be a gentleman, ladies, okay? I'm going to say surviving Baltimore because he was a part of that. My husband used to leave me behind. He walked so damn fast.
We bought.
I was like, bruh, are you running a marathon? I am all the way back here. I can get snatched up. As much as you talk about being safe, you got to look out for me. You can't leave me back there.
I was so used to being every man for themselves on the block with my homies, And
I asked him, I said, what female did you date before this that just had you walking all in front of them, going up steps before you don't know what can I'm sorry.
I had to learn. I always been chivalrous in different ways.
Of course. He pulled out my chair. Yeah. He opened the car door for me. But certain little things, walking way faster than me, not even looking back to see if he just looked like he got to the destination, then look for me. And I'm all the way back there
She used to walk so slow, just admiring the scenery and looking around. And I could appreciate that. But I guess everything was kind of old to me, so.
It was new to me. And so he left me a lot of times just walking. And surviving Baltimore, driving in snow. I crashed. I freaking crashed. I told him I couldn't drive in no damn snow.
It was
It was not.
It was a good bit.
It was that much when we got in the car. As we were driving, that was the most snow I have ever seen fall in my life. I came from Georgia. I came from the island. I seen some snow in Virginia, but it was nothing like the snow that just came down from the heavens that morning and just blinded me and blinded the street and caused the street to...
you can't even see the street. She couldn't see the street.
Going back, and I'm terrified. Literally... We drop him off. It was getting worse as we get in there. It was early. It was still dark. It was dark. And it was early, and I was driving. And, man, I called him and I'm like, I'm sliding. I don't know how to control the car. I'm trying to, think of what I heard on the news when it said go with the car as it's going. And I kind of did that as much as I could to avoid hitting all the parallel parked cars. So it's like a setup for failure already. You don't even have wide open space to like slide around. You're going down this narrow street with parked cars on both sides. You got another lane of cars coming. So it's like, it was do or die.
She crashed right there by Bel Air Road.
Right before Bel Air Road, the light before it, I came and I was about to crash into parked cars.
She was right on Bel Air.
But I got out of the way, but I just couldn't hold control anymore because the car was going sideways. So I just kind of had to let it hit the curb. And I sat there.
But we got a free snow day out there. We got to chill.
We did, but I was mad. And then all his coworkers was like, why are you like that? I said I told him that I didn't know how to drive in the snow. But I can honestly say my husband has definitely pushed me to challenge myself in every way and stop telling myself I can't do stuff. You know what I mean? He is there for me when I'm not able to. He always come to my rescue, definitely. But he is always the one to challenge me, like, you can do this. And if I fail, he's like, all right, my bad. I got you now.
We do that with each other, you feel me? So
that was my weather story. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So, oh, and I also have another surviving Baltimore story. Man. I also, once again, like, when it came to getting to know people there, I had to learn that not everybody is against, like, speaking and stuff, but that was definitely a place. Like, I remember I was working at Macy's.
Yeah.
And I'm, like, all chipper, like, good morning, hi. And this girl was like, it is not that serious. And I'm like, okay. And so I realized, I'm like, Jaleesa, just...
People just mind their business and do them. Like, if you speak to somebody, they're going to be like, do I know you? Like,
yeah.
And like down south, some people will speak back to you and stuff.
But like I said, I don't take any of those experiences as anything.
Oh, she love the city.
Negative. I love Baltimore. Yeah. Definitely. I always say, I left a piece of my heart in Baltimore because I just have so much love for what Baltimore was. I'm so glad that we were able to be there when the Ravens won the Super Bowl. And, although I'm a little kind of on the fence about Ray Lewis, I was kind of glad to still be a part of that being his last game, winning the Super Bowl. And it was such a great time in the city around that time. I mean, don't get me wrong, people turned up, but it was definitely a lot of coming together for a lot of people.
There was a lot of camaraderie in the city at that time. When we won the Super Bowl, you heard the whole streets just went up.
It was pretty cool. So.
And we moved down here, because
right, and it didn't have anything to do with Baltimore per se because we didn't like Baltimore.
It was really trying to better ourselves. This they say this like Black Hollywood.
Pretty much. So, and the cost of living is kind of high up there. I mean, it is. So we just thought we could have a better opportunity of raising our children down here with the cost of living, especially with the schools. I'm not going to say all schools are terrible in Baltimore County, but it's not the best schools. And I pray and hope that one day can change. I see a lot of kids go to private school up there, and just from living up there and hearing about certain statistics and even working with a company that worked with a lot of high school kids,
She's saying, okay, it's to the point, Baltimore the type place at about 13, a lot of kids just stopped going to school. They started paying kids to actually come to school.
Really?
Yeah, so that's basically what she's saying. Like the curriculum, like the
I just know the school that my daughter was gonna go to in the area we were staying, and we thought about moving out to other areas as well before we left Baltimore. Like,
wrap it up with it.
We definitely thought about moving to other areas in Maryland, but it was just the cost of living, and like Tony said, we just wanted to come somewhere where
we knew we wanted to be
we were
business
comfortable.
owners. Yeah.
being Black entrepreneurs. And I'm not saying that's not possible in Baltimore, because I see a lot of great entrepreneurs coming out of Baltimore. So it is absolutely
we coming back.
possible.
We coming back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we coming back. We got a plan. We coming back.
Yes.
So
soon. I mean, I don't know how soon, but we'll definitely, if we don't live there, we'll definitely have a residence there and spend a lot of time there. You know what I mean? Because we got, you know, big things coming about, you guys. So I just can't wait for you guys to keep growing with us. You know, make sure you guys support this channel. I'm so grateful, like I said, for all of you who subscribe.
Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. They be tight with that thumbs up.
Yes, thumbs up. Y'all like, I thought y'all liked us.
I got a whole bunch of thumbs, a whole bunch of gangsters. They be like, I'm gonna just watch the video.
Gangsters show love too, though. Gangsters show love too,
I'm just
though,
joking with y'all,
right?
But
So
look,
we can show love to each other, right?
Definitely. I appreciate you for coming through, baby. We gotta see more of you.
Thank you.
It's been a minute.
Yes, it has.
We gotta get our daughter off this bus. It's Friday, her birthday tomorrow, so
yes,
she gonna be
the big
turned
11.
up. She gonna be 11. So look, y'all know what I always say.
We young, but we.
Yeah, we getting up there. But I love y'all, fam.
Yes.
If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell for uploads. Family, you already know what it is. Check out the links in the description. Let me explain the Patreon to y'all. Patreon is something where as though it's like you get to see extra content, exclusive content, behind the scenes footage. It's like pledging, like to see the movement grow instead of the channel, the movement. So you could donate or you could pledge for as little as $1 a month. You feel me? $1, and you get to see behind the scenes content. I've been posting on that. I'm gonna post more on that. I'm waiting for y'all to come over there and get up with me so I can post more on that. So make sure y'all check out the Patreon, and y'all know we got the other links. And I appreciate the support, like she said, man. We growing, and I love it, and I appreciate y'all so much.
Absolutely.
I promise y'all this video. Here it go. This is gonna be the last survive in Baltimore, but y'all know my life. Episode 2 gonna be coming soon, so.
I wonder what that episode's gonna be about.
Y'all already know, but love, fam. We gonna see y'all later, man.
Peace, y'all.
Love.
We out.